The entire conflict situation that developed in South Africa was a conflict over the sharing with equal rights of a singular whole society. That's what the African National Congress was fighting for. There was no significant element of nationalism, that is to say, the seeking of national self-determination at issue in that conflict. National self-determination was an issue earlier in the history of South Africa between the Afrikaners and British imperialism. That was not the goal set out by those who fought against the system. It was a struggle for equal rights in a society that was interdependent in many, many ways, not only economically. The history of the conflict in Israel is entirely different. It violates historical context utterly to make out that this was the same context. In Israel, the struggle has always been between two national movements, striving for national self-determination or national self-fulfillment in the same territory, that which the Jews prefer to call Eretz Israel, and which the Arab world, Palestinian Arabs, prefer to call Palestine. This is the deeper fundamental difference which is completely distorted in all the propaganda attacks placed upon the libel that Israel is an apartheid state and is in that sense completely comparable to what happened in South Africa. Now the second question, why was it morally justified, and universally seen to be so, to excoriate completely the apartheid regime? Not because this was an ethnic conflict. There are many, many ethnic conflicts in the world. Not even because this was a minority ethnic group which had domination over a majority population. This too exists and has existed in many parts of the world. What was so open, and justly so, to utter condemnation was firstly that all of this was based upon racist beliefs. When I say racist, I mean it was predicated on the tenet that white-skinned Europeans were genetically superior beings, or at least inherently entitled to superior status in relation to people of other colors. And the second reason was that the dominant white group exercised unilateral social and political engineering of all kinds, along with complete refusal to negotiate for a bilateral solution of all those concerned. These two things deserved the kind of condemnation that was launched against South Africa. Can these two things ever be said to apply in the case of Israel? First of all, the claim that Jews hold that they have the superior status which entitles them to lord it over the non-Jewish population and so on. I mean, does one have to say anything more about this? As for the minority exercising unilateral social and political engineering and not being prepared to negotiate